I get up. You see, nobody. Oh, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8, 9. Now 10. Now you begin to accuse government of not doing anything when you have not gone to find out. I come to Ibadan at least once every month. I don't see your governor. How many of you know that you can drive to Lagos without seeing the main road? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know why you're making the noise? Because you have never tried it. I have tried it once every month. I drive to Lagos from Ibadan without seeing the main road. I see the main road only when I come out at Ikeja. You say how? I like how the Lordship say how. If you're ready, I'll come back here on Tuesday. We'll drive. When we get to Abuja, you can reverse and start coming back. I will continue till I get to Lagos. But if you're strong enough to go with me to Lagos, then we can drive to Lagos. The only problem we will have is the bridge at Ogun River. But when we get there, we'll get back to Abuja, pass the bridge and come back again to the road, and we'll get to Lagos without hold up, without armed robbers, without harassment. You know why I say this is that you need to make government to be accountable. And for government to be accountable, when government says, I've done your road, go and see first. Right? So that when you see, you can believe. I mean, you see, and one other thing you don't know is that if you don't go, they won't employ you. We are employing workers almost every week on site. We are, almost every week. Now we are at Ibadan. I told them, move straight to the station. After the station, we'll be going to Ilorin. Before Ilorin, we'll go to, is it Oshobo, right? So, for us, it was not there. Just go, you will see that we are pushing to complete that trail between December and February. You need to go so that not tomorrow, when they say there's a train station at Monia for which you can enter the train, and in less than 1 hour, you'll appear in Lagos. You need to go. And when that happens, all those of you who do business, you have your luggage compartment or cargo compartment to take your business, your cargoes to Lagos, or you have the locomotive, the coaches to carry you to Lagos. We are working almost day and night. And I must thank you. Let me tell you why I must thank you. I have no community trouble. No community has ever come to us and said, stop work unless you pay me X, Y, Z. None. Even those we took their land, allowed us to bulldoze the properties, pass through before payment. They didn't say, stop, pay me before you. No. We just assessed the thing. We went to your brother in Ministry of Works, give us the rate. He gave us the rate. We showed them the rate. If they agree, we start paying. So I thank you for that. I don't want to say what we suffer in some other areas, here and there. But so far on Lagos-Ibadan Railway, I have no problem. If I tell you that I have a problem, then I'll be lying. So we are working hard. I hope we succeed. I hope we succeed to finish before February. But as we are working hard, we are laying the tracks we are starting from, I'm sure most of you won't know this place. How many of you know Papalanto? You're laughing. And I can tell you why. It's not a Yoruba word. If it's not a Yoruba word, it's not a Yoruba word. I was told by the chief that it is like a nickname that they get to that place. It has a name and they say change the name. We wrote it as Papalanto Station. They say no, change it. I will change it and call the real name of the town. So, and that's the battle we're having now, because on our rail master plan, that's what's there. The reality, they say change it. And we're debating whether we should change it or not. And let me also tell you, what we've done, especially those of you who accuse the government of nepotism, more than half or nearly half of the um, capital budget is spent by who? Two Southerners. That is not nepotism, right? Two Southerners spend nearly half of the works budget. You won't complain. If by accident it was across the other side, hey, nepotism. You even attach religion. And I must warn you, rich men don't argue about religion and ethnicity unless money is involved. You know that? You can't differentiate between a Yoruba man and an Ikure man, or an Hausa man and a Yoruba man, if there is no quarrel about money. When they are sharing, you won't know who is Yoruba or who is Hausa. The money will just be shared and they'll be going. The moment there is a quarrel about sharing, what happens? They will come to you because we are Yorubas, that's why they want to give us the money. But ask yourself the question, why is it only when it is the big men that, not you? And we just start, hey, we are Yoruba, we are Yoruba, we are Hausa. You don't ask why. Now they have started ethnicity and religion now because there is struggle for what? That's all. Once you remove power, you won't be able to. What's the difference between your land and my land? The mosquito that bites me in Ikwere is the same mosquito that bites you here. Right? Challenge them to come and sleep in your village for one night and see where they can. All these men telling you now that you should vote for them, they will change Nigeria. Ask them, come to Ibadan and sleep one night. If they sleep 2 nights or 3, the way they will run on the 4th night, the next day they will see their doctor to make sure they don't have malaria. You and I can have malaria and we'll survive. We'll go to the chemist, buy our drugs by ourselves and survive. They will fly overseas for treatment for malaria. So, having done that, the next thing again, I'm talking about Ibadan, I'm talking about the whole of Southwest. There is a project that will cost us $500 million here in Ibadan. We are ready to go, but we're waiting for your government to give us land. Your governor knows about that. He is pursuing us, and the project is located at Ibadan, Esheyin Road. Where is that? Where is that? It's 45 hectares of land. And we have asked your governor to give us the 45 hectares so that we can start work. And it's by a Chinese company. You agree what? Give us 90. Yes. When he gives the 90, take your 45. Give me the remaining 45. Because the 45 is what the project requires. But me, I need the remaining 45. Because if we finish all this development, Ibadan city will become a very important city to the country. And anybody who owns land will do what? Will become a rich man. If I were you, businessmen, even poor men, if you can buy land now on that track on that area where we have the rail track, give yourself 3 years, start selling your land, you'll be a big man. If you buy it now at 150 per plot, in 3 years' time, you'll be selling it at 1.something million naira. Because there will be activities going on the rail track every day, especially areas where we have the stations and where we have maintenance yards. I don't know where they are citing the transit park. Is it Ibadan? Okay, I don't know. How many of you know the transit park? What a transit park is? You see? Even those who don't know what's a transit park, the NURTW. A transit park is a modern motor park. See, if I had called, how many of you know motor park? All of you would raise your hand. A transit park is a place where drivers will rest, sleep, wake up the next morning before they go. Because we will soon start regulating them that we can't allow you to drive from Sokoto or Kano straight to Lagos without sleeping. And we will not allow you to sleep on the road any longer. So I think we are building a transit park in Ibadan. And the transit park will contain Don't clap because he refused to build in my state, and I said I cannot live as minister without him building in my state. Where does charity begin? It doesn't begin in foreign land. It begins in Ubima, my village. But in Ibadan, we are building one, and it will contain a hotel. It will contain a mall, where those of you who do business will go there and start doing your business. Be able to create more jobs. We've created about 1,000 jobs just on the rail already. 1,000 jobs. Majority of the jobs we created, you can find in Ogun State, because Ogun State has nearly 60% of land mass on the railway. Right? And let me tell you, that's why I say you're not exploiting what's going on in the railway. The total investment for Lagos Ibadan Railway is $1.6 billion. $1.6 billion is how much in Nigerian naira? Nearly 600 billion naira. If you go there every day, even if you cook rice and go to where they are working, you will make money. Because there are no hotels around there. It's right inside the bush. If our women will get up to where they are working they have so many gangs. Because we're pursuing them to finish early. So they have so many gangs. They have about 2 or 3 gangs around Ibadan. They have more in Ogun State. And then the last is Lagos. If you go to cook rice alone for them, because we have 7,000 workers already, we're hitting 8,000. If only 500 eat your rice at 1 naira, how much is that? 500 naira. So go. You know, people think that when you ask a taxi driver, you say, I'm a graduate, I'm unemployed, I'm just driving taxi. No, you're employed. You may be underemployed, but you're employed in the taxi driving. So if you go there and create a small restaurant from point to point, you make money. It depends on what you do. So what government has done is to say to us, ensure you finish Lagos to Ibadan. We are finishing that. We are working to finish that. After that, we'll take Ibadan to Kano, non-stop. No more. Before, the plan was Ibadan to Ilorin to Mina to Kano. But now, the government is saying, take Ibadan straight to Kano. And imagine $8.7 billion. How much is it? Over 4 trillion naira, all on this track. We are also doing, even though we are looking for money, Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. And Port Harcourt to Maiduguri will take more states. Like the one for Lagos to Kano is just taking, and virtually every capital. In fact, the last design took us to Ekiti. So for Lagos to Kano, you have Lagos as state capital. You have Abuja. We have a huge station in Abuja, just like we have a huge station in Ibadan. The station in Ibadan, we are looking for private investors who will build hotel and mall there. It's in the bush, but give it 4 years. All of you will park down there. For us, we're not the state. We won't allow you to build near our land. We won't. But if I were the state governor, I will develop a city around there so that people can have houses and all that. But for us, we will not allow you. The only thing we'll build there will be, we'll build a mall, we'll build a hotel in that place. We are also doing from Abuja to Itabe. Abuja to Itabe. We finished Itabe to Warri. I don't know how many of you saw that I took a ride from Itabe to Warri. It was on social media. It was here, even though it took us like 4 hours. The reason was I was stopping in literally every station. I stopped in every station I saw to supervise what was going on and give instructions. And you may wish to know, Itabe to Warri is 34 years. It's been there. Nobody wants to complete it until we came. And the president said, you must complete it. Go and complete it. Now we have finished it. The only thing we are doing now is that we are building stations. Some stations will be completed in the next few months. Others will continue to be there. So our plan is to start using it latest December. We'll start using Itabe Warri. Those of you who use the seaport will agree that there are changes at the seaport. Those of you who use the seaport. The problem we have is the roads. The Minister for Works has told you what they are doing about roads. We're also trying to improve on the narrow gauge so that we can move this thing. But we clear goods faster than we met it. Before your goods can be there for 2 months, it has not been cleared. For us, it should not get up to a month to clear your goods. When we have cleared, it is there. It's no longer a problem. It's now your own problem to move it out. And the problem we have is the bad road. I assure you the government will fix it so that goods can move faster out of the Apapa Seaport. And that's why we are doing the container depot in Ibadan. So that we can move to the container depot for you, and you move from there to wherever you're going to. What other area? I thought now you can land at Ibadan at night, can you? There is light. There is light, but you don't have regular flights, so don't blame us. When you have regular flights, then the facility will be put to use. I have told you what we are doing as far as Southwest is concerned. And when you look at the budget, you know, my budget is usually about 200 to 300 billion naira. But nobody looks at the other part that comes from outside. You know, out of this $1.6 billion, we are contributing 72 billion naira. And then from the Chinese bank, we are getting 1.5 points. That's outside the normal budget that they give us. But see how much we have spent in the Southwest, how much jobs we have been able to create, and ask yourself the question like the Minister for Works asked. Ask yourself the question. What he did is to tell you that he wants to go backwards. We are ready for the candidate in PDP to compare. Don't forget that he served in the government. Don't forget. I hope you know. So we're not shying away from that debate. To compare what they did when they were in government to what we have done in 3 years. Right? We are fixing the Abuja road. Are we not? If it was fixed, we wouldn't have been fixing it now. Is he a lie? I'm actually talking about Ota. Abuja Ota road. If it was fixed, we wouldn't be fixing it now. Do you agree? If the rails were running, we won't be building new ones now. So we are open for that debate. They say, forget corruption, don't talk about corruption. That's what they tell us. PDP say, don't talk about corruption. Talk about issues. What are the issues? No, tell me what are the issues. Tell me. The money they used in building Dubai, if they ate it, would they have built Dubai? So why are they saying don't talk about corruption? We are saying that the reason why we are developing railways, fixing roads, is because we have not been able to take any money. You know, I tell people the joke that let's assume that the ministers in Buhari's government are single, and the ministers in the past government are also single. That I hear that when they go to nightclubs and the ministers come, in the past government, everybody is celebrating, minister. But that when Buhari's ministers come to nightclub, and the minister here is a which minister? Buhari's minister. You know the difference? You know the difference? Our pockets are empty. So if you are feeling any bite, we are also feeling the bite. And this time it includes our president, President Buhari. It doesn't exclude him. So if they are open for debate, we are ready. Each person will show the houses he has. Each person will show what he did with his money, how much you got. We are ready for the debate. In advance, we are giving them the warning that we are tabulating what each government has gotten. How much did we get in the 3 years that we've been in office? How much did they get? We won't even go to 16. We will not go to 16. We will leave them at 3. So I don't say compare apples to apples. Don't compare oranges with apples. We will leave them at 3 and leave ourselves at 3 and say to them, we got X, Y, Z. We built the followings. You got X, Y, Z. Show us what we built. You understand that? But the problem is you. And that's why I want to end. You are actually the problem. You'll be singing like those women are singing now on the day of voting. You'll be singing and be dancing. Don't do that. Wake up in the morning, go and queue up. If not, by the time you wake up, you are out of government. You will hand over power to people that for 3 years They will sit down to chop belly food. They are hungry. Just ordinary 3 years old, they are desperate. They can't see. Government is feeding bottle. Just 3 years, we took away the feeding bottle. Everybody's crying. Keep Buhari, bring back the feeding bottle. Bring back the feeding bottle. You will give them back the feeding bottle if you don't wake up that morning very early with your PVC to go and vote to do what? Keep us in power. If you sleep and they use that money, the remaining money they have kept, and they use it to buy votes and vote us out, then it's over. The country, when I look at Nigerians and they complain, oh, Nigeria is not developing. Go to the airport in Ghana. The airport in Ghana is so beautiful. If the Ghanaian president stole the money they used in building that airport, would that be airport? Would that be airport? Okay, let's go to nepotism. Are you saying that Murtala Mohammed Airport was not there when you had a Yoruba Minister for Aviation? Eh? It was there, and there has been a Yoruba Minister for Aviation. Why did he not demolish it to build a new one? Right? Right? Are you saying that the Murtala Mohammed Airport was not there when I was a Yoruba head of state? Eh? Exactly. So for me and for you, we owe not Buhari, we owe Nigeria a movement to progress. It's become a bit more shameful. It's become a bit more shameful for me as a Nigerian, forget me as a minister, that I stepped down at Accra Airport. In fact, it's worse for me when I step into Murtala Mohammed Airport and I see people sweating and I see the airport the way it is. The reason why it is the way it is under my ministry. It's because we are negotiating how to get a company to come and rebuild it themselves and manage it themselves. We are going to move to, if you look on the left, there's a brand new airport terminal building on the left. We were concentrating on that brand new terminal building, and now they have finished it. So he's commissioning one now in Port Harcourt. When he finishes commissioning the one in Port Harcourt, he will commission either Lagos or the one in Abuja or the one in Kano. Once they commission the one in Lagos, we'll move to that one until we get somebody. We don't want to spend our money again. We don't want to spend our money again. Until we get somebody that will rebuild the airport and take it and manage it. That's the way to go. Because once you begin to award contracts, they will chop the money, so we won't allow it. I will sit on this note. I will tell you this. There's a company called GE. You know GE, right? It's a very popular company. They told me for 11 years, they were begging Nigerian government to give them, you know what they call narrow gauge? Narrow gauge line we used to use. If you're around 20, you may not know it. But if you're around 35, 40, you will know that narrow gauge. They say, hand it over to us. We'll get $7 billion to rebuild it from Lagos to Kano, Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. Federal government refused. And they were awarding small contracts on that narrow gauge. In fact, the MD told me that there was one they took a decision. By the time they got to, and they announced it, by the time he left Abuja to Lagos, government has cancelled the contract. And they were awarded, I don't want to call names of those they awarded to, if I call, when the debate starts, if they dare make a mistake and talk nonsense, I'll call the names. You know, I tell people that the difference is that I have not worked under them. Right? But they have worked, they have left documents for me. If they open their mouth, I will call the names of contractors. How can a politician be given a contract to rebuild a railway? What does he know about the railway? Tell me what he knows. What is ballast? How many of you know what is ballast here? And then you give that man the contract to rebuild our railway. He goes with the money. He goes with the money, does not do anything. And then they blame Buhari. So for us, we've agreed with GE, even though they're out, there's a new South Africa company, I'm meeting with them tomorrow, to rebuild the old narrow gauge. It will be rebuilt by them with their money, $2.7 billion, and managed by them for under 30 years. And they will hand over to federal government. Then we can have ease of movement. So when the debate starts, tell them that we're not afraid. They are saying, let's debate on issues. We will debate on issues. We will tell them that the reason why the rail is not being built is because they ate the money for the rail. And I have those documents in my office, and I can open the debate on it, and I can name the contractors. God bless you.
Thank you for asking me that question. If you talk about impression, one thing that stood out is that you have people from all walks of life. You have artisans, you have trade groups, trade unions.
We thank the Honorable Minister of Transportation for his presentation. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder to our viewers and listeners at home and abroad, this is a special town hall meeting on infrastructure that is holding
the
at the
city of many
Emeritus
firsts
Professor Theophilus
on this auspicious occasion of the federal
Hall,
government-powered town hall meeting, holding at the Emeritus Professor Theophilus Ogunlesi Hall, opposite the University College Hospital, Ibadan. Since it made its debut to mark the first anniversary of President Muhammad Buhari-led administration, a train has been moving across
Your
the
Excellencies,
country.
distinguished guests,
It is
ladies
now
and
the
gentlemen,
turn of the
we
epicenter
are
of
now
politics,
going
education,
into
culture,
the question and
administration,
answer session.
Ibadan.
The floor will
And
be
we
open
are,
for
as we
every
have
person.
proven,
You will be
been
entitled to
battle
come
ready
forward
to give
and
you
ask
blow-by-blow
questions.
account of the
But
dialogue
then
between
you have
government
to tell us
and the
your
governed.
name,
I mean,
the
you and my
organization
humble
you
self,
represent here,
the citizens
and
of our great country,
thereafter
Nigeria.
you ask your question.
I implore you to stay
We don't
tuned
want
as you join
foul
me in this
language.
all-important
We don't want
assignment,
abusive language.
all-important
You just
national
go
assignment,
straight,
while
tell us
assuring
what
you
you think,
it is going to be
your
a rewarding
problems,
one.
and the honorable
Staying
ministers
tuned
will address
to
it.
the flagship
If they
television
cannot
network
address it
in
immediately,
sub-Saharan
they
Africa,
will tell
the
you
Nigerian television
we are to
authority,
send
first
your
yet the
questions,
best.
and it
I
will
remain yours
attend
dutifully,
to. So may
Fatai
I, ladies and
Adiloja.
gentlemen, open this occasion right now by inviting Senator Fatai Buhari, the representative of the Oyo North Senatorial District, to come forward and ask his questions, make his comments or intervention. There is a microphone for the distinguished VIPs in front. Any other person, we have microphones at the left-hand side out there, and we do have another microphone right here. Honorable Sir.
Let me stand on existing protocol. I have observation for Honorable Minister for Works and Housing and Honorable Minister for Water Resources. Let me seek the permission of my governor. I would love to speak in Yoruba. Honorable Minister, adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ yín gidi gan. Gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá wá dọ̀ yín lọ́fíìsì àbí tá a bá wá sí National Assembly, tá a bá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ road, ẹ máa dá wa lóhùn. Ẹ dẹ̀ sọ fún wa láti láàsì àyè pé ẹ tètè bá wa parí ẹ̀. A rí i pé ó ti dé halfway níbi ìpẹ́bà. Honourable Minister, mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ báyìí láti jẹta mọ́tò kan kọ̀ lọ ní Old Road. So à ń fẹ́ effort tẹ́ bàbá wa ṣe tá a fi parí the remaining half road nítorí ikú tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́nà yẹn ò ṣeé kó. The second road wa tó jẹ́ nǹkan ẹ̀mí fún wa ní Ọ̀yọ́ sí Ìṣẹ́yìn. A rí i pé ẹ ti bá wa àwọ́ọ̀dù Ọ̀kákà tó jẹ́ 25 kilometres. Ọ̀nà Ọ̀kákà yẹn kò ní mínì kankan sí wa tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá wa parí Ọ̀yọ́ Ìṣẹ́yìn tó jẹ́ gateway sí gbogbo local government mẹ́wàá. Mo ti bá yín sọ bí ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì, and unfortunately ní last dispensation kíni budget mo implemented dílẹ̀ akànfẹ́ kẹ́ẹ́dá kòtòrí tọ́ lọ àwọn ọ̀nà méjì yìí jẹ́ wá lógún ní Ọ̀yọ́ state. Inú wa dùn tẹ́ ẹ sọ pé ẹ ti fún wa ní about 14. So, Honourable Minister for Water Resources, I noticed when I was speaking Yoruba to Honorable Minister for Works, you were looking at me. So I will deliberately speak to you in a language that you also understand. Ranka shede, mun roke ka. Ka san da azun da kai magana batun Ikore Gojda. Muna so koya aka yi a gama mana da Ikore Gojda. Ikore Gojda kifayen da suke waje zai iya cinye da duk Najeriya. In dai an tabbatar kaman za mana. Wallahi abun da ya kamata mana kenan a hukunce mu ji daɗi. In Allah ya yarda zaben ku da zamu yi zaben ku amma mana wannan so da ya zama alkawari tsakanin ku da mutanen mu. Thank you very much. Na gode.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there any hand out there? Yes, the gentleman there, please. You have a microphone right there. Go ahead. Please, straight to the point.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead.
My name is Comrade T.M. Balogun. I'm here representing Ogbomoso Parapo, and that is my nomenclature here. I have few important questions for all our ministers here. The first one has been humbly mentioned by my distinguished senator, particularly Ogbomoso Oyo Express Road. It is, thank you, it is on record, Honorable Minister, when retired General Olusegun Obasanjo, former head of state, came into power, that was the first road he inaugurated. He came in May, and he inaugurated the road June the following year, 1999. And in his remark at Ojo that time, he said Oyo Ogbomoso Ibadan Ilorin Road was then the highest road accident in the whole of Africa. So please, Honorable Minister, we want you to humbly help us to address it once and for all, because we are all interested in President Mohammed Buhari government, please. Number two, to you, the minister, sir. We have 132 kVA Gamma Ilorin Ogbomoso electrification. It is on record on investigation that the lady who was given this contract has been paid and certified completed, but this project is still yet to be completed on site. But investigation showed that in Abuja over there, your ministry officials has paid this lady, and we even made attempt of carrying some materials only last month. The community resisted it. I know by now you are on the record, sir. So, we want you to do something about 132 kV Gamma Ogbomoso electrification project. Another thing, this to the Minister for Information. The only biometric center built in the southwest is along Ogbomoso-Iresapa Road. This building has been completed over years, but abandoned because it is not equipped at all up to this moment. So, Honorable Minister, please take note of this for us. Then, there's another abandoned project. They call it Human Center at Baki in Ogbomoso. Human Center. This project has been abandoned for years now. And one thing this administration is noted for is to take the challenge of an abandoned project to see it completed and commissioned. So we are drawing your attention to this, sir. Honorable Minister for Works, we were asked why Ogbomoso has not gotten a single housing project since you started giving everybody in Nigeria. Yes, it's given, we can cite many housing projects in Oyo State, but please consider us fit in Ogbomoso land. Another thing, sir, is that I want to this is to the benefit, this is my personal observation for the benefit of the government. Because There's one thing we note our governor for. We call him Mr. Efficiency. Anything you do, you get the best out of what you do. So whatever you are giving us in Oyo State from federal, we want element of efficiency there. And that we can see from every note and suggestion you have given us. Please and please, Minister for Transportation, please tell the whole house here, we are worried that the new Lagos Ibadan rail project, we have been longing for it. It was shown in the network. It was a straight cough. But the fear now is that the people are now saying that maybe you are causing a diversion from Moniya to Osogbo, why we felt it should go through Oyo, Ogbomoso, Ilorin. So please, we want clarification for that. That is this project, this new rail project, that is being handled in Moniya now. Is it going through Oyo, Ogbomoso to Ilorin, or is going to Osogbo? Please, we want clarification. God bless Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us give others the opportunity. If you ask one or two, allow others to ask. May I now invite our royal father right in front here to please make his intervention. Our royal father, you can just remain there. You have a microphone.
We thank God for the opportunity given to us here in Ibadan, particularly in Oyo State today, to have this caliber of honorable ministers to come and hold a special town hall meeting with us here. What we have been happening in the past has been town hall meeting organized by the state government and the people. And of course, I want to mention that this must have accounted greatly for the success of the Governor Ajimobi administration. What I'm trying to that a problem identified, they say, is probably half solved. The opportunity we have to meet one-on-one with our distinguished honorable ministers today is a unique one because it will allow us to rub our mind. A mention has been made about some special roads by Honorable Minister Raji Babatunde Fashola, particularly the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road and the Shagamu-Benin-Ijebu Express Road. We quite appreciate that work is going on there. But the government presently needs to know that this is a job that ought to have been done long time ago. So probably this is the reason why people don't appreciate as much as we should be the present work that is going on there. So we want to implore the government to be more speedy about this job. This road is claiming lives. Just last week, or just few days ago, so many lives were lost. We know it is not bad road alone that is causing accident, but bad road is contributory greatly to cause of accidents. I want to specifically mention to Honorable Minister Babatunde Fashola, and you will allow me to say this in a Yoruba language, because you will understand. There's a road, ọ̀nà kan wà tó yẹ kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti Agbára tó run sí Sokoto, tó ń pè ní Lagos Sokoto Express Road. Ọ̀nà yìí wọ́n ṣe nígbà ìjọba ológun. Well, this is a very good alternative to, alternative link road between Lagos and the north, particularly northwest. Wọ́n ti ṣe díẹ̀ lápá òkè ọya lọ́hùn. Wọ́n ti ṣe nísàlẹ̀ ń bí náà. Ọ̀nà yẹn gba Randa ní Abẹ́òkúta. Ìmáṣàyí Randa ó kọjá ní Gbọ́ra ó lọ sí Ìṣẹ̀yìn. Ọ̀nà yìí ẹ rí i pé gbogbo Òkè Ògùn, the entire Òkè Ògùn even to Oyo, prefer to use this road to Lagos in carrying agricultural products. But ọ̀nà yìí ti ń bàjẹ́, ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan la máa rí signboard FEMA tí wọ́n á gbé kalẹ̀. But signboard là ń rí, iṣẹ́ ò ṣe ń bẹ̀. Ní gbogbo ìgbà ni signboard FEMA ń wà ń bẹ̀. Èyí tó fi hàn yí pé bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe tàbí wọ́n gbé owó jáde fún ṣùgbọ́n iṣẹ́ ò lọ ń bẹ̀. Ọ̀nà yìí dára púpọ̀ tẹ́ bá lè bá wa ṣe. May God bless you.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness. Your Excellencies, I still appeal when you get up to talk, please go straight to the point so that others would contribute. May I now invite the Eze of the Igbos in Oyo, Dr. Alex Anoze. Dr. Alex Anoze. Yes, please. Microphone to Dr. Alex Anoze, the head of the Igbos in Oyo State.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, the Honorable Ministers,
no protocol, go straight. Go straight to the point. Thank
please,
you.
Let me stand on the existing protocol. I am as Dr. Alex Anozie, the head of Igbos in Oyo State. Please, an appeal. I am making an appeal. I am happy when the minister was talking. He mentioned the importance of peace and security of life and property. That is the foundation of whatever we want to be thinking about. I'm appealing to the federal government to do everything possible to calm down all these killings going up the north there. Nobody is happy about it. Nobody is happy about it. Whatever the federal government can do to stop all these killings, whatever you want to give me, the first thing you will give me is the security of my life and my property. Before I can listen to you, I'm appealing to them to do everything. We are putting them in prayers too, that God will help them. We know it's not easy, but we shall overcome it. That's number one. Then number two, I want to have a dream where one day I will wake up and see a solid dual express road from Lagos straight to Abuja. I want to see a solid dual express road from the southeast straight to Abuja. Abuja is the capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Eze.
Then
Thank
I
you.
want to,
Thank
before
you.
I sit down, I want to commend Oyo State government, because Oyo State government is one of the most peaceful states we have in Nigeria. I am very proud of that.
Thank you.
We must speak the truth, and it's only the truth that can set us free. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you. May I quickly invite Honorable Akim Adeyemi, member of the House of Representatives, to please make his intervention. Member of the House of Representatives.
All protocol duly observed. I just have only two questions. Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, emphasis has been laid on the slow work on the Oyo-Ogumo Ibadan Expressway. Sorry, I think at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
Honorable Minister, at the moment, the existing old road, Oyo to Ogbomoso, the existing one, the vehicles are passing, is totally locked down. Totally. Every vehicular movement are now destroying the state government roads network within the city of Oyo. and all the local government road has been totally destroyed. For the past 4 days, Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, we have a gallop of roadblock in Oyo town. Honorable Minister for Water Resources, there is a dam in Oyo Federal Constituency, Erelu Water Works. Contract was awarded 9 years ago at the rate of 1,432 million naira. The federal government has paid the contractor 1 billion naira, and works are stopped on this dam in the last 7 years. Just of recent, effort by the National Assembly members, myself and the senator, we were able to secure small amount of money from the vote of the National Assembly so that contractor can move back to site. If the federal government has spent 1 billion naira on a 1.4 billion contract to eradicate the shortage of potable water in over 30 communities, and the Ministry of Water Resources does not consider this project as their own major capital project to be completed, please look into Erelu Water Works or for your water. The state government part of the project can only be done if the federal government has finished the expansion of this budget. Our governor, for 7 years, he has been waiting to complete his own aspect of the project, laying of parts to the houses of the beneficiary. Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you. May I invite our royal father right in front of me. Those on my left, don't worry, I will come to you.
I stand on the existing protocol. I think we have to go straight to the point, because a brother of mine from Ogbomoso zone, I've listed about 4 points that 4 emergency points we need in Ogbomoso zone. But to support what Honorable Adeyemi has just said, I will urge the Minister of Works to declare state of emergency on Ogbomoso Ilorin Road. State of emergency. Honestly, if we outline about 5 or 6 items before you, taking cognizance of the time frame for this government to exist and continue, I think that will be too short. But to make it much more easier, please kindly declare that state or that road state of emergency. It took me 5 hours. 5 hours. I came late. In fact, I shouldn't be late. I left Ogbomoso since 8 o'clock. And this has affected all major roads in Oyo town. So please, Honorable Fashola, kindly declare state of emergency on Ogbomoso, Ibadan, Ilorin Road. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, your royal father. Adekunle Walter, the Youth Parliament Speaker or leader. Adekunle, where are you? Okay.
Your Excellency, sir, standing on the existing protocols, Adekunle Walter is my name. I'm a member of Nigerian Youth Parliament. I think I would just want to advise the federal government that with all these beautiful projects, I think the only thing we need to do is to sensitize our people on how to inculcate culture of maintenance. It's very, very important and germane. No matter how beautiful are our projects, if we don't have that culture of maintenance, we'll continue to have problems with all these projects. I don't know the area by which the federal government is working it out to sensitize our people on how to manage all that. They should see it as their own project and not federal government. And with this, I'm sure our project will be sustained. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I'm right by my left-hand side. Any lady, no lady, we are gender sensitive. Yeah, please come forward. Give her the microphone, please.
My name is Dr. Adebokola Adebusuyi. I'm here to speak on the integration of the southwestern states. And I'm speaking particularly on developing the Okerete border market, which the state government has been making several efforts to rehabilitate. especially the road infrastructure as well. And I'm glad the honorable ministers are here this morning. Thank you so much. The community leaders are here from Okerete. Okerete is the border market the regional border market that needs to be developed because it leads to 7 countries from Shaki. We have leading to Republic of Benin through Parakou and Dosso. We have it linking to Republic of Niger through Niamey, Republic of Mali through Gao, Republic of Togo through Sokode and Lamakara, Côte d'Ivoire to Fereke, Republic of Ghana through Pokagunda, Tamale, and Kumasi, Burkina Faso to Ouagadougou. This route is very essential because of agricultural produce and increasing commercialization in the state, especially integrating the southwestern state. And we have our people, their elections are coming, and we need these people. When they want to talk to us from the border, they have to climb the tree to be able to get us here, or go to Republic of Benin to be able to talk to us. So we just want our ministers, we want to know what exactly our ministers can do to ameliorate this condition. The road is 98 kilometers from Shaki to Okerete. And when you are going to Okerete from Shaki, you spend almost 4 hours. 8 hours. During the rainy season, it takes about 15 hours. And those people are here, the Bala is here, the community leaders are here represented. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. The representatives of the disabled. The representative of the disabled, please come forward. Disabled. Where is he?
Okay.
I saw somebody.
My name is Rahim Yusuf Olatunji. I'm speaking on behalf of Joint National Association of Persons with Disability. Please, first of all, I want to commend the giant strike of His Excellency, Senator Isiaq Abiola Ajimobi. No doubt about that, he has been doing very well in the area of infrastructure. However, despite the fact that His Excellency is my mentor and former governor of Lagos, they are both my political mentor, I want to call the attention to area of inclusions. They've not been doing very well in that regard. His Excellency Abiola Ajimobi, looking at Ajimose Sotu, what a wonderful project. But persons with disability cannot use those vehicles. We cannot use it because there is no provision in that boxes. So we want to call the attention of His Excellency to please do something on that. And most of the buildings, almost all the buildings, because I've also taken time to visit most of the projects in your state, very few of them have provision for disability, which is not supposed to be. If His Excellency is an architect of modern your state, he must take into consideration disability-friendly environment. Thank you very much, His Excellency.
Okay, thank you. The representative.
Another very important issues that I want to raise concerning housing. My dear former governor of Lagos, Honorable Fasola, we all know that you are a very hardworking person and you have been doing a lot because I've been monitoring and I've been watching some of your projects on televisions. Please, sir, for God's sake, please let all these projects be disability-friendly. We beg you to please do something about this because if you look at most of these architectural design, you hardly see provision for disability, which is not supposed to be. Because I believe that any society that is not disability friendly, the problem is that we are going to deprive people with disability from contributing their quota to the development of that nation. So, on the final note, please, we want our minister, Senator Buhari, my district senator, to do something about disability bill. Please, I believe if APC government can sign and implement disability bill, you will win 2019 election without stress. Because you are going to be directly affect the life of about 25 million people. Then indirectly affect the life of all Nigeria. Because in each family, according to research, you will see one person with disability in each family, whether partial or not partial. That is, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, the physically challenged. Do I have any hand here?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, the lady.
Sorry.
The lady here.
Hi, sir.
The lady here.
It's, okay.
Madam, come forward, come forward, come forward.
I stand on the existing protocol. Please, I so much love our honorable minister's speeches. They are very good. But as a politician, I can see materials for campaigning for 2018 there. If it is possible, if you can bring out something like pamphlets and tell us all, well, and put there all what our presidents have done, people will be able to know. It will, in order to satisfy our people. What I'm trying to say is that all what our president has done, if you try and put it in a pamphlet for us, we will be able to work.
Audience, please, audience.
Election.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Hello, sir.
Thank you, ma. May I quickly call on Olajide Olatubosun? Olajide Olatubosun.
Your Excellency, Governor of Oyo State, Governor Achila Abiola Ajimobi, Your Royal Majesties, all protocols duly observed. My name is Olajide Olatubosun, a member House of Reps. I represent Atisbo, Shaki East and Shaki West Federal Constituency. Please permit me to speak a mixture of English and Yoruba language.
Straight to the point, please.
Ministers Fashola and Alhaji Lai Mohammed, thank you so much for what you have done for us. Earlier on in the year, I was in your offices. I was at the Ministry of Works, Power and Housing, where I discussed the issue of to Kishi Road, starting from Oyo all the way to Kishi, because I told the minister the road was last constructed during the regime of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. And that day, you promised that something was going to be done fast. And we had to go for emergency procurement. I'm happy to say today that 2 lots of those procurements have been done. Okaka to Aguare was awarded a few weeks ago, work has started. And yesterday, he sent to Okaka, the contractor was taken to site. Thank you so much. Now, to play the Oliver, we discussed issue of construction. And you said we have to do the engineering design. I'm happy to say that working with your directors, the design is almost completed. So I'm expecting that in the 2019 budget, we are going to start the construction of our road all the way from Oyo to Kishi, and from Aguare to Ilesha, Ibaruba, that's passing through Shaki. I also discussed with you the road from Shaki to Okerete. I mean, somebody mentioned it here. That road, about 100 kilometers. Please, for us to have the international border market, that road has to be fixed. The Federal Controller of Works in Oyo State was in Shaki for 3 days, please. And they actually went as far as almost getting to Okerete. So please help us fix that road. The issue of power. Please, the national grid stopped at Isei. All the local governments from Itesiwaju, Tisbo, Shaki, Shaki West, up to Kishi, we cannot support even the smallest of industry with power. And you promise that you are going to connect the line from Isei to Shaki in the first instance, Shaki to Kishi, then Kishi to Kanji. Alhaji Lai Mohammed, thank you so much. I was in your office too. The issue of radio station for Shaki, as I'm talking to you in my area, we only get radio signals from Benin Republic. Isn't that funny? So, and we need a Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria station in Shaki, which is already in the 2018 budget. Please assist us to ensure that it is funded
so that you can come to Shaki and commission it. The baggy is here. I'm sure he's listening to me. And to the Minister of Water Resources, please, we need small dams that can support our youths to do small irrigation for greenhouse, so that they can do vegetables like cucumber and the likes. I have one in Shekpeteri, currently employing about 100 young people. Please, we need more. Ikeregoi Dam is good, but it is a very big project. These are low-hanging fruits, small dams that can be used for community irrigation for youth to engage in farming. And lastly, Minister Rotimi, please, for the future, we need you to extend rail line to 33 in Oyo State. Please, for your next plan, after we win in 2019, from Ibadan all the way to Shaki, to Kishi, back to Ilorin, we need rail line. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, time is always our enemy. We really don't have it. We have other things to do. So we have come to the end of the question and answers. But before we revert to the honorable ministers, there is one question that somebody has sent, and he is so worried. He is asking the Honorable Minister of Transport to please comment on the grid load on the Ijora closure of that bridge that is bringing problem in Lagos, that you should please address it. And to the Minister of Transportation, Ijora bridge that is being closed and vehicles cannot pass, and there is a very big traffic holdup in Lagos, and it is done by your officials. And for Minister of Transport, they are advising you that you should look into the issue of intermodal evacuation of goods in our ports, and apart from that, that you should please also address the problems of Takwa Bay area. It's being eroded and criminals are operating around there. Takwa Bay, Takwa Bay, Takwa Bay. So, Your Excellencies, may I now ask the Honorable Minister to invite his fellow colleagues to address the issues you have all raised. Honorable Minister, sir.
Thank you very much. Honorable of Housing, please, if you could just take all the questions addressed to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I have about 13 questions, but I think that about 5 of them relate to Oyo, Ogbomoso area. And let me just say to you that the problem will be solved. As I have said, and as my brother has said, I was not in the federal government when somebody came to promise you in 1999 that it will be done. But 1999 to now is almost 20 years. But we took over this road just 3 years ago. So, and that's why I've told you, when you are choosing who can finish this road for you, look at what we did in 3 years on the road and look at what we got in 16 years and decide who to trust with the road. That is the bypass. But some of the problems I should share with you is compensation issues. At every stage where we have to walk, we have to pay compensation before we are allowed to walk. I'm not saying that they are stopping us from paying, from walking, but if we don't pay, we can't hand over the site. You and your communities where farming is done are the ones holding the land. Not so. If you give the land without compensation, the work will move quicker. So as you are pointing the finger, please also look in the mirror. There's a price to development. The Baptist Convention wrote to us halfway into the construction. We had to change the alignment in order to save the church and the school. If we had demolished the church and the school, they would have said Buhari hates Christians. That's part of the delay. And there are letters to show this. So as we are building, people are asking us, oh, don't let it pass my heart. Bend it this way. Those people should come out. They are part of the problem. But we are moving as quickly as we can. Then, as for the old road, the real relief will come when the bypass is completed. Then we can actually then reconstruct the old road, because it's really supposed to be now a city road. But nevertheless, the controller has briefed us and informed us about the need for emergency repairs there. He has actually sent the estimates to us in headquarters, about 2.4 billion. But Senator Buhari and his colleagues here must also tell you that they went on 2 months recess. But it's true. We can't fund a budget if there is no borrowing plan. And Honorable Olatubosu, the borrowing plan to raise money is still in the National Assembly. So those are issues. Àwọn ọmọ ilé ilé wọn lókun díẹ̀ lè fà wọ́n sílé. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan wà tó ń bá ṣe ń bẹ̀ yẹn, ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́ ni wọ́n. So if you give us a budget 9 months after it's presented to you, then you go on holiday when you know that there's a deficit that we have to raise money for, then you come back 8 weeks after, and then you're asking us to run. With what? You have heard also all of the nice things that have been said. We will do our part. Let the parliamentarians, when we go back, when it's time, when the budget comes, they should defend what they say here. They should defend what they say here. We have to build consensus. So it's not one thing, you come to our office, yes, we will do it, because we know you are representing people. When your colleagues start cutting the budget, start fighting them. That is not what your people send you to come and do. Let us have this showdown. That's how to build consensus. You saw the Republicans. They had an agenda to pass a Supreme Court judge, and they stood together. There were no constituencies. It was party ideology and party program and national development. So it's not enough. The president has complained. I have complained. Every time we do the budget, we prepare the work, we design the road. When it comes, it's an amputee budget. They have removed the hand and removed the leg. That's the truth. So let's leave that. We will come back to Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. You listened to me last year. When I was appealing, they cut the budget the first time. Up to 30 billion naira was spent in 1 year on that road, was when Buhari became president. That's the first time. They awarded it in 2007. So 2007 to now is 11 years. Abi, how many years? What is so difficult? And during that period, oil was $100 per barrel. Why couldn't they finish the road? But with less money, Buhari committed that every year we will put 30 billion on that road. First year we spent about 20-something billion. In 2017 budget, they cut it from 31 in the National Assembly to 10. Yes, you heard me now. I beg Bomba Timon pariwo ni wọ́n ti gé budget. Nǹkan tí ò jẹ́ kí títì lọ nìyẹn. ńgbà tẹ fẹ́ jẹ kí ẹran tẹ fẹ́ jẹ kí nìkan ẹ wà lọ gé owó màálù ìbò lẹ ti fẹ́ rí kí ẹran. But now, what the president has done, this is the good side. This is the good side. The president has created an infrastructure development fund. As they are slowing him down, he's finding new ways to move around them. So, second Niger Bridge, he has approved the money for it. That project will not stop because of money again. Abuja, Kaduna to Kanu, he has approved the money for it. That project will not stop because of money. Lagos, Ibadan Expressway, he has approved the money for it. That project will not stop because of money. Next week, at the latest, I thought we will conclude this week, at the latest, 15 billion naira should be released to the contractors on Lagos, Ibadan. And as they bring more certificates, we have close to 50 billion to pay for the work to be completed. So that is happening right now. Let me just say to the people of Shaki and all of that, we hear you loud and clear. Your representative has responded and said that we have responded to some of the problems. We can't solve all in the same time. The power problem, I am aware of it, and I have received visits from Shaki and some. But the point is we are going to put it in the 2019 budget. When it comes there, tell your people to defend it. To our brothers who are living with physical challenges, and I hear you also, and let me say that one of the things we have done during the Buhari administration is to deliver a new national building code. Now, that is the overall architecture that controls how buildings are evolved, public buildings and all of that. What you get at each state level is not within our control. We can only advise states, and states are beginning to brace up and react. In our housing estates, even before we finish, we have decided and have approved as a matter of policy that all the ground floors of all our buildings be reserved for people living with challenges and physical disability. That's already in place. So we are thinking of you, even if we have not reached you as quickly as you want us to. Ogbomoso people want everything. And let me just speak to housing. We can only build if you give us the land. So, wait now, I can't come to you. Ṣebí alólórí kan bí gómìnà ló ń jẹ́. Àwọn la máa kọ lẹ́tà sí pé ibo lẹ ti lè rílẹ̀. Ibi tán bá fún wa là máa kọ́lé sí. Èyí tó bá kù, state housing program, ìyẹn náà wà nú ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ó máa kàn yẹn ṣe sùúrù. I think that's it really, except to say there's a maintenance program coming. Again, we will start at federal level. We will provide the architecture for the states to support it. But the important thing, we have left too many things undone in the last 16 years. Some of the roads that are still motorable today were the roads that President Buhari rehabilitated under PTF. And 16 years after, he has come to meet the same roads again without any improvement. That's what he meant. So let's just go forward slowly together and we will get there.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Power Works and Housing. May I call on Honorable Minister for Water Resources? Please, the few questions addressed to you, sir. And just
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And thank you, Governor Fashola or Minister Fashola, for your comments. But what you forgot to mention is that the infrastructure fund that was created by President Muhammad Buhari recently to address some of these issues pertaining to the shortcomings in the budget is worth $900 million for start. And actually, in addition to the 3 projects he mentioned, there are also 2 other projects. I think the East-West Coastal Road and one other project that... the Mambila Hydropower Project, that's right. And you forgot to mention that, yes, the early works of Mambila Hydropower. So let me go straight to my 2 questions. When I heard Senator Buhari, my heart skipped a little bit, because I was wondering whether my president had been demoted to a senator. But then when I saw the person, I saw the big difference. The Buhari I know is way up there. So Buhari Ndora and Buhari Ibadan. Just as well. But it's a big name. I remember when General Sani Abacha was head of state, the late the Minister of Works then, the guy from Ilorin, Ajahn Adisa, went for an inspection, and he was very, very mad at the site engineer. So he asked him, "What's your name?" He says, "Sanisa." He said, "How do you spell it?" He said, "Sanni." He said, "Oh, you are the small Sani." So, sir, I think I've mentioned the issue of Ikwere Gorge Dam in my statement. Like I said, I was really appalled when we came into office. I realized that all the river basins had not added 1 hectare of irrigations since the investment made by previous military administrations. And we took it upon ourselves that from now, moving forward, that every year, every river basin must come and tell us how many hectares of irrigation land they have added. But we saw the potential of Ikere Gorge Dam, and we had this policy of bringing in the private sector, because if we really want to attain the potentials that we have, and we really want to take this new drive by this administration on diversifying the country from oil into the agricultural sector, we need to bring in commercial farmers. And we opened discussions, and like I mentioned, even the SA to the governor of Oyo State was in my office, and we signed an MOU with a certain private interest so that we can develop the potentials of that irrigation area on a very large scale. They came with a business plan, but of course, you know, this kind of thing, they need some time. We gave them a moratorium of a year or 2 within which to raise funds and to plan for what they intend to do. But inshallah, when I get back to Abuja, I need to find out what's the situation. But we have a plan for Ikere Gorge Dam, I can assure you that. The Honorable, you talked about water works in Oyo. Honestly, I'm hearing this for the first time. I'm not sure if it is because we have 12 river basin development authorities. I'm not sure if that project is not under one of the river basin development authorities. If it's under Ogun Oshu, it's not easy for me to know. But I will take note of it. I'll find out what's the situation. But like I said, the crisis we have is that we made so many of those projects abandoned because every new person coming, every new legislator, every new minister, every new government were bringing in new set of people that wanted their own, their own projects. And so the ministry was spread so thin. And the question is about prioritizing, taking the low-hanging fruits. And if this is a project that is almost completed and needs to be completed, I can assure you and guarantee you that it will be finished, inshallah. I'm very happy with the comments of one of the youth leaders here about maintenance culture. We really must imbibe this. One of the key challenges we've been facing is that we've been finishing projects and handing over to states who have the primary responsibility to run these projects on a day-to-day basis through state water agencies or rural water supply agencies. And once we have handed over the keys, we come back 6 months later, the plant is not working. A typical example, we have a project in Bayelsa State. We commissioned it in 2016, 6 billion naira worth of project. A year later, we went back to find out how the project was faring, only to find it under lock and key. We asked why the state government was not being able to provide 3 million naira on a monthly basis to provide for the diesel and other lubricants that would supply water to 13 communities in that state. And that is quite unfortunate. So we also, this is one of the collaborations that I've been talking about with the state. So they appreciate what the federal government is doing because it's not giving us, some joy to see that a lot of money is invested. We invest money and time and resources to put these projects now to finish them. And at the end of the day, they are not being used. The people they are meant for are not benefiting. And by extension, you feel unappreciated. I've had the issue of small dams, small earth dams for greenhouses and so on. Well, some of these aspects, there is a thin dividing line between my ministry and the Ministry of Agriculture. So, but again, like I said, some of the key projects, what I'm talking about, projects in the ministry, there are like 40 ongoing dam projects right now. We've been able to finish 2 or 3, and we're working on the rest. But at this point in time, we're finding it a little bit difficult to open up new areas, to start new projects until we take a certain number to a certain level. That is not to say that even for the 8 years that we hope that this administration will stay, that will not be able to commit to do, that will continue to do only the project we inherited. No. We are also we want to take these ongoing projects, we want to reduce their number to a certain level, and then before we start considering new and critical projects, because we have a master plan of the water resources sector since 1995 that was never implemented. And we are making every effort to ensure that we now implement this master plan. So I'd like to thank you very much for your attention and for giving us the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, we want to request the owners of a white Toyota Picnic EPE 554CJ and Honda Ridgeline Grey Color FST 612EB to quickly go outside. We have an emergency outside now, so they will need to remove their vehicles to enable the emergency people to just move them straight to the hospital. We will appreciate that if you do that immediately. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for Water Resources. Thank you. Honorable Minister for Transportation, please could you come and give an account and address the issues raised concerning you.
Yes, let's see. Not much was asked. There were 2 requests. Unlike roads, once an alignment has been taken, it has been taken. In railway, you can't adjust. If you like, let the Minister for Transport come from a nearby village. You can't. Because the alignment determines the speed. So, I don't know what alignment it is from Ibadan to Ilorin. I will check. But if you did not get to your village, forget it. You cannot say, the Minister for Transport is from the nearby village to Bomosho. Bend a bit. You cannot bend. If you bend, I'll give you an example why the narrow gauge is running at 80 kilometers. The narrow gauge is running at 80 kilometers because when we get to the hills, instead of boring through it, we avoid and go around it. That time you avoid, you have to slow from far. You start slowing down from far. When you get to the hill, you go down. Now, for standard gauge, you like, just when we take it, when we start, you will see what they did. They just push through the hill, empty it, and split it into 2. Because the speed must continue. We can't wait. So, sorry, sir. if you made the demand that we should look at, I don't know what it is. I'm not saying we did not pass through your village. I'm saying that I have not checked. But if I check, I didn't pass through your village, please, sir, you have to talk to the governor of Oyo State to do a new one from our own Antonio. Again, we must know. I'm not works. 50 billion you have done a road, right? 20 billion you have done a road, depending on the length of the road. To do 1 kilometer of railway, harbor. From Lagos to Ibadan is 156 kilometers. It is $1.6 billion. That is about 600 billion naira. Lagos to Ibadan by road, if you give them 100 to 200 billion, you will have finished. Is that not true? Oh, 300. But it's so you see, the same number of probably say 156 kilometers, 300. This one is 600 billion naira. So federal government doesn't have that kind of money to say, Kiyamechi, you have a friend in is it Shaki you called it? Do a rate. No. We are only connecting first as our program, state capitals and areas of business. That's why you see Lagos is very critical. That's why you see Ibadan is very critical. And Abuja. So we're coming, and that's why you see Kano is also extremely critical. Kano is as critical as Lagos because they are business centers, and we must push that way. I listened to advice from Lagos that we should do intermodal transportation. Ministry of Transport can't survive without intermodality. It can't. You start from the train, you get to the station, you enter a bus. That's what they mean by intermodality. So why do you advise us for something you know we must do, whether we like it or not? If we stop you at Abeokuta railway station, will you sleep there? Won't you go home? You will enter a bus. If we don't have road, we beg the Minister for Works to do a road for us from that place to your house. Whether we like it or not, vessels must bring our goods, won't they? So when they bring, that is also intermodality, it's by water. They drop at the seaport, right? We pick it either by train or by rail or by road. So who's advising about intermodality? It's natural. All you can say is enhance the infrastructure, the availability of the infrastructure, and that is exactly what we are doing now. Takwa Bay, I've heard you. I will go and find out from the MD of MP what's happening at Takwa Bay. It belongs. The truth is, we've not looked at land ownership. They are encroaching on our land. Lagos, we have election after election. I won't talk that. Let's just say we are encroaching on our land. We'll deal with it. It's not the time to say what he will do or what he will not do. But they should stop encroaching on government land. Takwa Bay belongs to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It doesn't belong to another person. We'll look at it. There are criminals there. We'll get the Marine Police to flush them out so that business can take place there. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, sir, we at this point very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that in the course of this town hall meeting, we've been able to share very useful information. We've been able to exchange very constructive ideas. Like you already know, information is power. Correct information brings clear thinking, and clear thinking helps people to make sound judgment. To me, it has been a very successful interaction. At this time, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to quickly invite the Secretary to the Government of Oyo State, Alhaji Ishmael Olalekan Ali. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, communication is said to be very effective when there is a sender and a receiver. At this point, it has been a very successful interaction. Let me at this point hand over to the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, who is the chief moderator of this meeting. So please give an overview and round up this section. Honorable Minister, sir.
Your Excellency, I must Thank you for your patience and your understanding, Your Excellency, and every guest here. Please, may I apologize to Professor Daoud Noibi. We are not able to take your question directly, but please, you can please forward your question to us, we'll answer. And the representative of the physically challenged too, we are unable to take your question. We apologize. Now, there are two questions I'm supposed to respond to before I round up. The first has to do with the question asked by the Eze. He spoke about insecurity. He spoke about killings. Unfortunately, we have tended in Nigeria to ethnicize, politicize, and introduce religion into a matter which is naturally either as a result of climate change, demographic explosion, or sheer criminality. And I'm going to explain what I mean. We must be able to interrogate ourselves correctly as to the real causes of the killings in some parts of Nigeria. And here I'm zeroing on the farmers' herdsmen clash. Now, unfortunately, this situation has little to do with religion or ethnicity, as some politicians would want us to believe. In 1960, when this country attained independence, the population of Nigeria was 52 million. Today, we are about 180, 190 million. In other words, the same land, the same pasture, the same water available for 52 million people in 1960 is now being shared by 190 million people. There's bound to be struggle for scarce resources. 2, climate change. The Lake Chad, and what I'm going to say, I'm sure, affects all the rivers and streams we used to know about. But I will take the example of Lake Chad. The Lake Chad in 1963 covered a surface area of 25,000 square kilometers and 35 million lives from 6 African countries: Chad, Central African Republic, Nigeria, Niger, Benin Republic, and Cameroon, all depended on the water from Lake Chad for their irrigation, for their farming, for fishing, and for drinking. Today, the same Lake Chad has shrunk by 90%. It's now 2,500 kilometers. So there is bound to be a lot of pressure on these resources. This is the real reason. And of course, there's the issue of pure criminality. And I will only use 2 examples. Zamfara State, unfortunately, we have lost more lives in Zamfara State to cattle rustling than all the lives we've lost in Taraba, Benue, Plateau combined. Yet, the cattle rustlers in Zamfara State are Muslims and Fulanis. The victims are Muslims and Fulanis. So how can you talk about religion? Or you take Kebbi State, where 2/3 of all the inmates in Kebbi prison are there as a result of herdsmen farmers clash. Yet the farmers in Kebbi State are Muslim Fulanis and the headsmen are Muslim Fulani. So we should please stop the ethnicizing or introducing religion into a purely demographic, a purely environmental, or a matter of pure criminality. But more importantly is that the media in particular and our leaders have failed to report that there has been a drastic reduction in the killings as a result of the measures that have been put in place by the federal government. Some of these measures include this establishment of a quick air wing response by the Air Force. It includes the establishment of new mobile police units in Benue and Taraba State. It includes the establishment of new battalions in Benue. And unfortunately, there was a crisis in Kaduna State about 4 or 5 days ago. The saddest thing about this was that more lives were lost as a result of rumor and fake news rather than gunshot, because people decided to spread fake news and rumors, and they were telling people what was not happening. So please, I want to appeal to all Nigerians. We've been living together for a very long time peacefully. We'll continue to live together peacefully. But please don't let's introduce religion or ethnicity into a matter that is purely environmental or purely demographic. I thank you very much. On this note, I wish once again to please extend my appreciation and that of my colleagues to our host, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, to the Chief Judge, to members of the National Assembly here present. And by the way, the issue of the radio in Shaki, I've looked into it. It's not possible because I'm told that each state has only one FRCN station. So please, probably, unless you want us to divide Oyo State into two, I'm sure you don't want that. Thank you very much. So once again, I want to thank His Excellency, the Chief Judge, members of the National Assembly, national rulers, all people from every walk of life, our faith leaders, for a very successful town hall meeting. I'm sure it's been a good platform for us to exchange views. We'll take your views back to government. I thank you very much.
Dynamic in terms of various sectors, and of course,
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost getting there. May I now invite the Secretary to Government of Oyo State, in the person of Alhaji Ismail Olalekan Ali, to please come forward and give us the vote of thanks. The Secretary to the State Government, sir.
well, I will agree to you, with you to some extent, and that's one of the reasons why they have come here today, to bridge that gap. No amount of radio, television, or newspaper communication can be better than this. This is what you call experiential, and the people of Oyo State have felt it.
Excellency, and on behalf of the government, the very good people of Oyo State, and of course all the stakeholders here present this morning and afternoon, profoundly appreciate the opportunity that God has given us to have the Honorable Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, in our midst this afternoon. We are grateful, sir. Similarly, I'd like to appreciate the Honorable Minister for Works, Power and Housing, His Excellency Babatunde Raji Fashola. We are indeed very grateful, sir. To the Honorable Minister for Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, we really appreciate you. Thank you very much. And of course, to our brother, our friend, Honorable Minister for Transport, His Excellency Rotimi Amici, we really appreciate you for coming. Today's event, indeed, this mission has been quite informative, quite educative, quite incisive, and quite interactive. we just really hope that you can spend more time and more days with us in the state. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tá a wà níkàlẹ̀ ní orúkọ ọlọ́lá jùlọ gómìnà wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, gbogbo ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àti gbogbo àwa èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àti agbègbè wa ní ilẹ̀ kóòtù òjire. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ministers wa, àwọn alákòóso wa tí wọ́n wá láti Abuja láti wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, láti bá wa jíròrò ní èní yìí. A dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run wípé ó ṣeé ṣe tí adájọ́ tí ọjọ́ pé. A dúpẹ́ wípé wọ́n lè bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn náà sì ti gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tí a ní lọ́kàn. Àjíǹde ara wa máa jẹ́ o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá náà, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Irú nǹkan báyìí kò ní jẹ́ àṣemọ̀ fún wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ o. Mo mọ̀ pé a ti gbọ́, àwọn náà sì ti sọ gbogbo nǹkan tí a jèrè nípasẹ̀ nǹkan tá a ṣe lénìí. Mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni ó já sí o. Ẹ ṣé, mo dúpẹ́ o. Thank you very much.
All those who have made this program a success. I'd like to say thanks to you all. Michael.
We want to thank the Secretary to the Government of Oyo State for that very short vote of thanks. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gradually we have come to the end of this town hall meeting. But before we take the national anthem and we bring this town hall meeting to a close, let me quickly give this information. Immediately after the national anthem, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, will take a group photograph with those dignitaries at the front and the honorable ministers. Then the second shot will be with the traditional rulers and every other person. At this point, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me invite my senior colleague, Mr. Peter Dama, to please bring this occasion to a close. Thank you.
May I request that we all keep quiet and remain standing for the national anthem. Thank you very much. Please, may I invite His Excellency.
That is how it has been on the special
to please come for an
town hall meeting that did hold in Ibadan, the city of many firsts.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
This is the network service of the NTA.
In the year 2006 as well as 2007, the focus was arts. And then in 2008, we moved over to science and technology. In the year 2009, arts and science took the stage. And then in the year 2010, we focused on science and technology. Arts and science was the focus in the year 2011, and the year 2012, science and technology came to the front burner. In the year 2013, the focus was arts, science, and technology, while in 2014, we had what I want to describe as a break so that we could re-strategize and come up better. And that's why in the year 2015, we came up focusing on arts, science, and technology. We also focused on that in the year 2016 and the year 2017. Here we are in the year 2018, once again focusing on arts, science, and technology. At this point, I want to welcome warmly our guests. It is a pleasure to welcome the Executive Director of Programs, Mr. Wole Koka, who is here actually representing the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, who is unavoidably absent, talking about Yakubu Ibn Mohammed. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Mr. Wole Koka. You're welcome, sir. Also present here is one of our executive directors, the man we call the doctor, Executive Director, Admin and Training, Dr. Steve Ebo. You're welcome, sir. In our midst this afternoon is Mrs. Ngozi Akande, Deputy Director, Arts and Crafts, National Council for Arts and Culture. As a matter of fact, she is here to represent the Director General of the National Council of Arts and Culture. Ma'am, we are happy to have you here with us. Permit me to welcome warmly Ajia Memuna Garba, Director, Multi-Channel. You're welcome. Also here is Ajia Adiza Lawal, Director, Research. Ajia, you're welcome. We have with us the General Manager, NTA ETV. I would like to welcome Engineer Esosa of Powan. You're welcome. The woman at the helm of affairs in ETV now. We'd like to welcome the General Manager, NTA Entertainment, Teni Ajayi. You're welcome. Also here is the acting GM, NTA Knowledge, Buki Da Silva. Nice to have you here with us in this year's event. We will continue to recognize our guests as they arrive. The Expo actually started talking about this year's event on Monday, but on Sunday was the arrival. So we have here students from all over Nigeria. We have present here today children who have come from different parts of the country to be part of this year's event. As a matter of fact, all the children you see here today are winners in their own right. I must let you know that before coming here, there was a state contest where all these children emerged winners, and that's why they are here. That's why they are qualified to be here. Join me in celebrating these wonderful children from different parts of Nigeria. You're welcome. I would like to warmly welcome Alhaji Abdullah Ismaila, Director of Finance. Sir, you're welcome. Also here is Deputy Director of Programs, Mr. Pam Dongyam. Nice to have you with us. Having started this event, today is the grand finale, and we expect that at the end of today's event, we have winners. Like I said earlier on, all these children are winners. It is not in doubt. But of course, we have a competition here, so it is necessary that we have winners at the end of the day. And I look forward with expectation to see events unfold. I also want to recognize the presence of our judges for this event. There are people who indeed will be playing a very vital role in the expo. They have been working round the clock to ensure that we have an event that will be hitch-free. And I want to say you're welcome. Next, I would like to welcome the representative of the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Mr. Wale Koka, as he takes the welcome address. Please, let's welcome him.
Good afternoon, ladies. Oh. Hello? Yes. Good afternoon, children. Honorable Minister of Information. Is he here? Okay, I'll represent him. Honorable Minister of Science and Technology. Our guest of honor. My colleagues that are here, the Executive Director Training, the Executive Director Admin and Training, Mrs. Akonde, representing the DG, National Arts, National Council for Arts, and my directors, ladies and gentlemen, our guests, our esteemed guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm standing in for the Director General of NTA, who is unavoidably absent because of another assignment outside of Abuja. The rationale for this yearly event of arts and science technology exhibition is to offer a veritable platform to our teeming young inventors to showcase their abundant talent through the presentation of innovative inventions using new technologies in science and technology. This is in line with the recognition of science and technology as a catalyst for Nigeria's development in achieving economic diversification. The theme of this year's expo is achieving self-sufficiency in agriculture, meeting the challenges of security and exposition of alternative energy as pathway to national development. The theme is not only timely, but worth exploring, begging for solutions to which the brilliant minds of young, talented Nigerians here, drawn from all over the country, have responded in various ways through their scientific inventions. The annual expo has been an event for the harvest of the scientific and creative young talents that abound in Nigeria. This is the 12th edition of the expo, and I think it's proper at this point to acknowledge the pioneer role of Malam Bello Sule, former Executive Director Programs, NTA, who initiated this novel annual gathering in 2006. It is because of what he created or he came up with in 2006 that we are here today. The MC has taken us down memory lane from when we started in 2006 up till date. 2006, we started with arts, and gradually we merged it with arts and science, which is what we are celebrating today. I must say, I'm particularly delighted and impressed by the various scientific works on display. I congratulate you all for your commitment and worthy contributions towards making Nigeria great in arts, science, and technology. The future of this great country belongs to you, and it gladdens my heart that you are on the right path. The activities of the last 4 days since your arrival for this event must have been very engaging for you all. I hope you made new friends. If you have not, well, get to know each other and share ideas and create lasting friendships. I congratulate the winners and all other participants. I dare say you are all winners for making it to this stage. I also wish to express my profound gratitude to the GME TV and her team for putting this successful outing together. In furtherance to our mandate, all NTA stations will be mandated to design programs with science and technology content to further encourage these young ones in skill acquisition. I therefore like to use this opportunity to again reach out to corporate organizations to support ventures such as this to encourage the development of science and technology in Nigeria, especially in our children. Finally, let me re-emphasize that the yearly NTA Children Expo has come to stay, and we intend to take it higher every year. I thank you all for listening, and I wish you a safe journey back to your respective destination. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the representative of the Director General of the NTA. Permit me to recognize the presence of the General Manager, NTA International, Abdurrahman Ibn Mohammed. I saw him a while ago. Okay. For our judges, we have Mr. Okpe Michael Owocho from the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. You're welcome. Mrs. Enne Fisayo Omawumi, also from the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. We recognize your presence. Mr. Zakaria Adamu, National Gallery of Arts here in Abuja. You're welcome. And Mrs. Stella Ogamba from the National Gallery of Arts here in Abuja. You're welcome. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we'll be having a march past. And so all the children who are here representing various stations in different parts of the country will be coming out one after the other. It's our way of allowing them say, we feel appreciated to be in Abuja, to be part of this year's Children's Expo, and to also wave at the dignitaries. So we will be starting with NTA Abuja. NTA Abuja will be first as our children file out for the march past. NTA Abuja. NTA Abuja is to be closely followed by NTA Abakaliki. Next to Abakaliki is NTA Akure. Abuja is to be followed by Abakaliki, and then NTA Akure. Okay, you can start moving now. DJ, you're welcome. Go ahead, Abuja, go ahead. After Akure, we have NTA Benin. NTA Benin, Edo State, the heartbeat of the nation. Next to Benin is NTA Benin Kebbi, Kebbi State, the land of equity. Also here this year is NTA Damaturu, Yobe State. The state that has as its slogan, the young shall grow. NTA Duse. NTA Duse, Jigawa State, the New World. After Duse, we have NTA Enugu, NTA Enugu, Enugu State. That's the coal city state. After Enugu, we have NTA Ibadan, or your state, the pace setter state. NTA Ilorin, Kwara State, the state of harmony. NTA Jalingo, Taraba State, nature's gift to the nation. NTA Jos, Plateau State, home of peace and tourism. NTA Kaduna, Kaduna State, the liberal state. NTA Katsina, Katsina State, home of hospitality. NTA Lafia, Nasarawa State, the state of solid minerals. NTA Lagos. Lagos State, the center of excellence. Also here this year is NTA Maiduguri, Borno State, the home of peace. NTA Maiduguri, Borno State, the home of peace. Then NTA Makuri, Benue State, food basket of the nation. The food basket of the nation. NTA Mina, Niger State, the power state. NTA Owerri, Imo State, the Eastern Heartland. Then we have NTA Port Harcourt, River State, the treasure base of the nation. NTA Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, the land of promise. And of course, at this year's Expo, we have NTA Yanagwa, Bayelsa State, the glory of all lands. We welcome you all. We appreciate you all, and we are delighted that you could make it to be part of this year's event. Thank you, you're welcome once again. I want you to wave at our dignitaries here as we begin to file out. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, these are children who have come to be part of the 2018 Children's Expo. Thank you. You can begin to file out now and go back to your seats. You're welcome. Please, let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate them. Thank you, you're welcome. Today we celebrate the creativity, ingenuity, and talent of these wonderful children. The best of our culture has been on display here. Thank you very much. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. We appreciate you all. The children that just filed out have brought entries that will compete at this year's national event. And we salute their courage, we salute their creativity and talent. I would like to recognize the presence of Lady Okafor Irene Isioma of the FCT UBEB here in Abuja. She's representing the director of the FCT UBEB. You're welcome, ma'am. Also here is Mr. Charles Umekuwe, representing the national president of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools. We welcome Mrs. Blessing Duruwe, a cultural and creative arts officer. You're all welcome. I must not fail at this point to appreciate and indeed welcome warmly the producers who have brought these children to be part of this event. They played a key role in ensuring that this event turns out to be a huge success. I also recognize all the teachers who have accompanied these children down here with thank you. You're welcome. At this point, I would like to call on the Director General. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I would like to call on the Executive Director, Admin and Training, Dr. Steve Egbo, as he takes goodwill message. You're welcome, sir.
The Director General, NTA, represented by the Executive Director Programs, other important dignitaries here represented, senior members and the directors of NTA, my dear young children from all over the nation. It is my pleasure to say a few things here this afternoon. It is gratifying to see the enthusiasm you display in this very peculiar or important show.
it shows our willingness to flow with the current trend of events. Whether it is a symbolic gesture or a substantive one, the role of science and technology in the building and development of any nation is a concept that cannot be taken with levity. The effort we are making and the approaches we have adopted means that we are getting ready to get ready. The truth of the matter is that no nation can develop without tuning in to the science and technology channel. Two major revolutions have taken place in the history of mankind. One was about 200 years ago, and that was the Industrial Revolution. During that epoch, we were nowhere to be found, so we were not a part of it. The second one, which is currently going on, is the technological revolution. We are here, and we must work hard to key in to the process so that we will not lose out in the technological struggle currently going on. It is important for the government, the organized private sector, the various institutions of state, teachers, educators, and of course, we individuals, to take seriously this idea of joining the technological trend, so that as we lost out in the Industrial Revolution, we consciously make ourselves key participants in the technological revolution, and then we can reap the fruits and rewards of being a technologically advanced nation. I want to thank those who took the effort, the care to organize this program. And I want to specifically thank the young boys and girls and their teachers who traveled all this distance from very far places to come for this occasion. And I hope that all of us, all of you, and indeed the Nigerian state will be a beneficiary. Thank you and God bless.
A round of applause for the Executive Director, Admin and Training, Dr. Steve Ebo. We appreciate you, sir. At this point, we want to get entertained, and thereafter, the representative of the DG NTA will lead our dignitaries on a guided tour of the exhibition stands. So, I will be calling at this point on the Edo traditional dance group from Benin. Edo traditional dance group from Benin. As we wait for them, we'll also be having a poem titled Sound of Silence from Port Harcourt. All these groups should be ready to take what they ought to take one after the other. There's going to be a parade by the Air Force Secondary School, Jos, and then a national anthem and pledge in Yoruba. So, but first, let's have the Edo Traditional Dance Group from Benin. The floor is yours.
Everybody. Ìtúwéjì ọ̀nà mi bẹ́ra. Ìtúwéjì ọ̀nà mi bíyé o. Ìtúwéjì ọ̀nà mi díye. Wà bóhìá. Wagedo edo no baye agaso gedo iwo edo gagiwe sogama o ọba gatokpe o ise edo ni mo ṣe edo ni mo ṣe edo ni mo ṣe edo no baye edo ni mo ṣe edo ni mo ṣe oh edo ni mo ṣe edo no maye Maya tuaya o yentie ne Maya tuaya waniruge matwipiatu ewo nuzomo me maniye edo matuaya o No my entie doge No my entie doge oh No my entie doge Entie ni mo se asuge Doge oh Ni mo se osuge Entiye ni mo se osuge Itivi ni mo se osuge Entiye ni mo se osuge Osuge Beledi Nugeyo bonya meku, eminara meku shimpapa. Nugeyo bonya meku, eminara meku shimpapa. Nugeyo bonya meku. Nugeyo bonya meku. Nugeyo bonya meku. Nugeyo bonya meku. Akomeware. Nime yakubu. Nime yakubu.
Thank you, Edo Traditional Dance Group. We'd like to begin to round up now.
Akomeware. Nime yakubu. Nime yazomo.
Thank you very much. Thank you. A round of applause for them. A round of applause for them.
Makuna tiweba magiriowa. Mama viureo magivye miameriowa. Makuna tiweba magiriowa. Mama viureo magivye miameriowa.
Thank you. Next we'll be having a poem titled Sound of Silence from Port Harcourt.
Mama viureo magivye miameriowa. Makune tiwe mama giriowa. Mama viureo magivye miameriowa. Makune tiwe mama giriowa. Mama viureo magivye miameriowa.
Thank you. That was the Edo Traditional Dance Group from Benin. We'll be listening to a poem titled Sound of Silence from Port Harcourt. You might be wondering, when we talk about silence, do we expect sound? But they will tell us.
Sound of silence. As I listened to the sound of silence, I heard the echoes of injustice from the voices of the unborn babies hovering over an ocean being consumed by fire. Should I remain silenced? It was then the songs of melodies began to descend from the walls of graveyard as I stood between darkness and light with the shivering limbs of phobia. Should I remain silenced? When I look at Nigeria as a nation endowed with riches, yet with citizens in bitter pains, I recall the ugly fingers of a history which was rewritten with mistakes. I cannot remain silent. Now see again and again the face of yesterday's mistakes overshadowing the events of today, and whatever the future proposes for the youths of this nation, I must not remain silent.
The rich culture of Nigeria is on display here at the NT Arena.
Nigerian makani make away, Africa makani make away.
Thank you very much. Port Harcourt, we are grateful.
Hallelujah.
Let's appreciate them as they leave. Thank you. Thank you. We will now take the national anthem in Yoruba from Lagos.
My name is Mohammed from Lagos State. We are here to recite the national anthem and pledge in Yoruba language. Iṣẹ́ àwọn akọni wa kó má ṣe já sásán, ká fi tọkọtaya sílẹ̀ tó lómìnira, láfíà sọ́dọ̀kan Ọlọ́run ẹlẹ́dàá tó ipa ọ̀nà wa fọ̀nà hàn aṣáájú kọ́dọ̀ wa mòtítọ́ òdodo àti ìfẹ́ pọ̀ sí káyé wa jẹ́ pípé sàn wọ́n dẹni gíga àlàáfíà ò lẹ́tọ̀ jọba nílẹ̀ wa. Ẹ jẹ́ fún orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Mo ṣèlérí fún orílẹ̀-èdè mi Nàìjíríà láti jẹ́ olódodo, ẹni tí ó ṣe fọkàn tán àti olótìtọ́ ènìyàn, láti sí pẹ̀lú gbogbo agbára mi, láti gbé ìga fún ìṣọ̀kan rẹ̀ àti láti gbé ìga fún ìyìn àti ògo rẹ̀. Kí Ọlọ́run ràn mí lọ́wọ́. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It might really become more impactful, more meaningful if we do this in our various languages. That's the message there for us all. Thank you very much. I'd like to invite the Air Force Secondary School just for their parade. I also invite the representative of the Director General, Nigerian Television Authority, to please rise up as you'll be taking the salute, sir.